Welcome back to Wreckfest. You join us today as we begin the final career championship, and that is the World Masters. We finished the Pro Internationals in the last episode. World Masters is the last one on our list. But what do we do after World Masters? Do we go 100% all the other ones? Or do we do something else within Wreckfest? Let us know in the comments what you think. We start today with a challenge. This is Slaying the Road. Now, this challenge is with the Roadslayers. And it's a Motorcity Circuit Main Circuit. We have a record set by Rocket, A Class, of 1 minute 31.681. And our Roadslayer is going to be trying to beat that, whilst also beating another Roadslayer. Now, I will tell you this already. Our Roadslayer is B rated. The Roadslayer we're up against is A rated. We may be slightly under what we need here, but let's see what happens. We have to finish first. 1v1. That's all we're going to do. Decent start from us. Decent launch. First corner though. And we're going to try and dive up the inside. Narrowly missing taking the lead there as he forced us off the track a little bit. We're following him up now through that chicane. Nicely done there. Right-hander coming up here. Very deep for us, but we make it on the brakes. Very late braking. Made the move, and we're now in first position. We now just need to hold this for the next 6 laps. I think this will be easier said than done considering the rating of the cars, but we shall find out. We also don't know much about this track, and we've gone deep into this next corner through the barrier of tyres. Some damage done as well. Completely just missed the corner. Didn't realise we were nowhere near braking enough for it. Should have done better, to be fair. Right-hander here though, taking it quite nicely. We're going to tap the back end of the barrier, but we can see the other Roadslayer ahead of us. We're not too far behind. Left-hander next, braking nicely. Getting the car to turn. We've got right-hander next as well, taking that one pretty nicely. And now we're on the Roadslayer's tail. We're just going to dive up the inside here, try and take the position, but not quite. Doesn't quite make it round there. We're still in second, and we're near the end of the first lap. And so far we're holding our own. I was expecting us to be miles behind. We've got some damage though, so that could cost us long term. Deep again for the corner. Completely messed up the corner. Trying to go late on the brakes to try and take advantage, and messed it up massively. So now we've got some work to do as we're going to cross the line for the end of the first lap and start of the second, just there, and we've now got to play catch up. So through the start, first couple of corners, pretty nicely done there, held nicely. Right hander here, got to get this right through the chicane. Nicely done, full speed, 90 miles an hour. Braking for the right hander here. Last time we broke really late and did a nice overtake. This time didn't quite manage to make it work, but we have gained some time back on the Roadslayer in first, and now we're catching. Next corner is one we messed up last time. Can we take advantage? Late on the brakes this time, but actually braking early enough to make the corner at least. Bit tentative on the corner itself. We now take the lead in first position on lap number 2. The right hander here taking that pretty nicely, although we're going to tap the back end. Yeah, too much there, too much speed maybe, not enough braking. We are still in first position though, which is the main thing. Left-hander, going really deep into the left-hander. Right-hander next, taking the right-hander nicely. We get a little bit of a tap on the exit, but we're holding our position nicely. The left-hander, again, pretty good. I think we took that really nicely as well. And now we're racing. First position, the second place is just behind us though, so we're not we're not ahead by much. It's going to come down to fine margins, I think. Braking for the right-hander this time. Last time I messed this up. This time, I think we did that pretty well, actually. Although up the inside goes the other Roadslayer and overtakes us and damages us in the process. We're now going to try and overtake once again as we're banging together here as we make the first corner. And we're going to hit the post. That's some damage done. But we're going to get away in first position. Hopefully, he's got more damage than us as we go through the chicane. As we are on lap number 3 now, halfway through this race. Braking for the right-hander. Bit late on the braking, but actually worked quite well. And we're just going to keep focusing on our own race at this point. That first couple of corners are poor. But then we were fighting hard. It's one of those things, isn't it? Right-hander coming up next. Make sure we get this right. No more making mistakes on these ones. Bit early maybe on the brakes there, but took the corner nicely. And we've got another right-hander coming up in a second. Again, want to be careful on the brakes here, making sure we're braking in good time, but also trying to take as much speed through the corner as possible. Left-hander next, and we are still in first position, holding our own so far. Nice left-hander, maybe a bit deep, but we're going to get the right-hander next. Yeah, we couldn't quite get the turning there, maybe a bit deep on the left-hander, but we're still in first position. Another left-hander here, and taking that pretty nicely, to be fair, getting the speed down as quickly as possible as we try and get away and get a better exit than the car in second. Right-hander coming up, we've got to get this one right as well. This needs to be braking perfectly and taking this nice as we can, but we've gone deep once again. This time not as good as the last time, and the other Roadslayer takes the lead as we hit the wall on the exit as well. And this is not the time to be losing time to the car ahead. We're going to finish the third lap, start the fourth lap, and we're in second place of 2. But through the debris, I thought we could go through the debris there, and it actually made a massive mistake. I was hoping we could skip it by going through the debris and gain an advantage, and obviously, no. Right-hander now braking nicely, maybe a bit early on the brakes again. Bit of a mistake on the exit seen by the Roadslayer reversed, so we haven't got a chance to catch up a little bit here. We don't know if the damage we've got is slowing us down either, because we have got a fair bit of damage now to different components that could be costing us long term. Right-hander here as we're trying to force the other Roadslayer to go a bit slower around the corner as we overtake for first position. And now we're just going to hold this. 2 more laps, come on. Right-hander here, taking it nicely, going to tap the back end again on the exit. Done that quite a few times, to be fair. Just try to take too much speed maybe around the corner. Left-hander next. Can we hold it? We can. Not as deep as before. We've got a good turn on the right-hander now. That was definitely better than the last lap. Trying to make sure we get the corners nicely done. Left-hander. And taking that nicely again. Now it's foot to the floor as fast as possible. And this is where we could potentially be losing out on because of damage. But we are in first position. We've got to get this corner right now. We've messed up a few times. Braking nicely, definitely a lot better than last time. And then swinging the car around. We're going to brush the wall. Oh, that wasn't a good brush actually. That kind of caught us out a little bit. We are going to cross the line at the end of lap number 4 though, in first position. 2 laps to go. We're not going to skip the debris this time. We're going to try and take this normally. As much speed as possible through there. Chicane next at 90 miles an hour. 100 miles an hour through the chicane. Nicely done. Right-hander now. Braking early. There's the other car just behind us. We take it a little bit too tight and touch the wall. They did give the other one a chance to come in. And as we try and force them into the barrier, we've been spun round. That's not quite worked in our favour there. Thought if we squeezed them onto the barrier that would help us. But instead it's hindered us as we've been turned round. And that could have cost us the race there. I don't know why I decided to do it. We could have actually done better there. We also bang up the. We also go into the backside of the car on the next corner, and it's kind of not good for us. We took a lot of damage. There's going to be some majorly damaged components, which I think is going to cost us long term in this race. I don't know. I kind of lost my head a little bit in terms of trying to close him down and put him into the barrier, make him back off a little bit maybe. And then, yeah, payback at the next corner for spinning us round. But I think he is definitely in a better position than we are in terms of damage and stuff. So that could have really cost us. But right-hander next as we come to the last corner of the lap. Got to get this right, and then we start the final lap. Nicely done. Trying not to take it too close to the inside. But definitely a better exit there. And now the speed. We've got to get this going as quickly as possible. We're going to start the final lap in first position. Can we hold on? That is the big question. Through the first couple of corners. Nicely done. Hitting 100 miles an hour again through the chicane. Very nicely done. Right-hander here that's braking hard. Maybe a little bit too early on the brakes there. A bit tentative around the corner. And you can see the other Roadslayer just coming in on the left-hand side there. Yeah, maybe a little bit too tentative. That's not good. Right-hander coming up as well. We've got to get this one right. Over 100 miles an hour now. Damage doesn't seem to be affecting us too badly. We've gone deep. Very deep for the corner. But we managed to make it work. The other Roadslayer's not come and challenge us just there. So we've managed to make the corner work quite nicely, even though we went deep. Second right-hander. Not too bad. Onto the power as quickly as possible. Left-hander coming up next. This is the left-right combo. Got to get this one right. Not too deep. Left-hander taken nicely. Get the car to rotate. Right-hander taking it nicely through there. Left-hander coming up as well. And then it's pedal to the floor. Let's get this one right. Taken very nicely as well. Exit not too bad. Pedal to the floor now. We need to be doing this. We're so close to winning. One final corner to come. And it's all going to be on this corner. Can we keep the lead? That's the big question. A Roadslayer comes to our outside there. We stay on the inside. And there's an old switcheroo by the other Roadslayer as he takes the inside and takes the lead on the final corner of the race. We're going to lose out by not too much, but it's enough and we don't finish in first as needed. We finish in second. We fail to win, and that's not good. That is not good at all. But we do set a new track and B class record of 1.27.010. So new track record and new B record, but not a win. Next up is Unlimited Bangers. This is at Hilltop Stadium Oval for a multi-heat race. And it is the Boomer RS trying to beat its own record at this track. It currently has a record of 21.775, which is a B class and track record. And it's time for the Boomer to try and beat its own time here. Okay, we need some points, because that first race meant we got no points. It's time for the Boomer RS to give us some points here. So qualifying is the first race. 19th of 24 we start. 6 laps. These are going to be quick, fast laps around an oval. So we've got to try and get through the pack as quickly as possible. Try and avoid as much damage as possible as we bang into other cars here. But the quicker we can get through the pack, the more chance we have of finishing the race in one piece. Because that's the other problem with ovals. These are going to be very quick laps. But I think a lot of cars are going to get damaged along the way. And they're going to become debris around the track. I'd rather stay out of any major fights as much as we can here. 4th position though already as we go up the inside of another 2 cars. They will take second. Already on the second lap already. Chasing down first. First we've got a bit of a lead, but we are catching. Left-hander of the oval next. Well, all left-handers to be fair. Up the inside. Taking first position. Trying to force him out wide a little bit there as we bang wheels. And we're in the lead as we finish lap number 2 and start lap number 3. Our best lap of the race so far. And we are still in first position now. This is where we need to be careful. Lap cars, debris. This is all the things that can hinder us on winning this race. So we've got to keep our eyes open and be very careful around some of these corners. Especially if you can't see a crashed car on the corner at the last minute. And that can really cost you. Lap number 4 though, as we set another best lap for lap number 3. 2 laps to go. We're holding our own first position. Coming to a lap car here. Trying to take him for, well, 2 lap cars in fact. Going to go between the 2 of them. We've got a van here that's also nearly dead. We catch the back end of the van. And that's messed us up a little bit. But we do keep going. I thought we could actually wreck the van, but it didn't quite work out in the way I wanted it to. This one might though, as we tap it again. I think we got it. I think we take that one. 5th lap, penultimate lap now, as we're gaining on more lap cars here. Got to be a bit careful. I don't really want to keep smashing too many cars. We can avoid it. But also trying to get the bonuses done if we can as well. But we're going to start the final lap in first position. A decent amount of lead as well. And actually there's not as much carnage on track as I thought, as we hit a car there and wreck them as well. More damage done to us though now, which is probably not a good thing. But one final bit of the oval to go, and then let's head for the line, pedal to the metal as quick as we can. We do get a bit caught up trying to take out another vehicle there, but it's not going to matter. We're going to finish the qualifying race in first position of 24, setting a new B class and track record of 21.362. So the Boomer beats its own previous records after finishing in first position. Now for the semi-final. We've got to do this again. 6 laps, quickly as possible. Come on, let's get this done. Going off in first position gives us a massive advantage as well, because it means we're not going through the pack. We're not being slowed down by any incidents in the pack either. We just got to go and run. Get as far away from everyone else as possible, and then watch out for lapping cars and debris after that. But so far so good. We have got the jump on everyone, it seems. A decent gap to the car in second. Cross the line, end of first lap in first position. And this is where we need to be. This is where we need to hold it now. This is where it's all going to come to pass. Can we keep this going? Also, after setting a lap record in the previous race, I want to set another one now if we can. So now we're in first position and we are clear. It's all about lap times. Trying to get these corners perfect. Trying to get as close to our fastest lap last race as possible. It's always nice to keep moving these markers in terms of lap records and stuff. And the Boomer RS is definitely one that's capable of doing that after spinning out a car there. Don't really want to smash into too many cars. I want to focus on winning if we can, and lap records if possible. I think if there's an easy wreckage, then maybe like that one there. Didn't quite wreck it though, because I think we need one more for the bonus. And if we can get the last bonus, perfect. That's what we've got to be aware of, but also not focus on, because the focus is winning the race. Or in fact, the focus is top 12, to be fair. Winning's just a bonus. But yeah, top 12 is our focus, to be fair. But we're going to cross the line for lap number 5 as we work our way through the debris. Take a bit of a hit there. We are in first position though, and we have got a bit of time to the cars behind us. Holding it our own very well here. That's why we'll be careful. Debris is the one that's going to knock us out of this race if we're not careful. Making our way through more debris this time. And smoking cars ahead. We'll try up the inside of these two. Take them both nicely. As we begin the final lap now. It's going to be dodging the debris as much as possible. Just to finish this, I think. We are in first position. And I think this is going to be an easy victory for us as we take the final part of the oval. Before it's pedalled to the floor. Slicing through the debris nicely. There is a lap car ahead, but we should be okay. We're going to finish the race in first position. And unfortunately, we do not set a new track record. Instead, it's a 0.21.534. So 0.02 of a second slower than our previous best from the previous race. But we're into the final. This is where it all comes down to. This is the points race, essentially. And this is the one we need to do well in. Starting in first position once again. And this is a game we need to just go. We need to get away as quickly as possible. This, instead of 6 laps, it's 12 laps, so longer race for the final. Double distance. So it does mean debris is going to be a lot more later on in the race. So that's something we need to be aware of. Again, as always. But we have managed to bolt. I think we've got a decent gap. Just going to keep going. Top speed all through these until we kind of get a decent lead. And then we can start thinking, right, bonuses if we get a chance to. Going a little bit wayward there and hitting the barrier a little bit there, so that's not good. It slows us down a little bit, but we keep going forward. We are in first position. No real debris on the track just yet, that's good. Although I don't know if I'd rather have it early or late. Probably late, because if you have it too early, it's there all the time. But we finish lap number 2, start lap number 3. We set our best lap of the race so far in first position, and all we're doing is focusing on just setting best lap after best lap until we start getting to lap cars. And then it's be careful time. Taking the corner nicely there. We're going to finish at lap number 3 and begin at lap number 4 as we approach other cars. Best lap of the race so far just set. Now it's debris and lap car time, and we're straight into the back of one. Didn't mean to catch him, but I couldn't quite avoid him as we was up the inside there. Again, more damage to us. I just wanted to avoid them, but as I went for the inside, they were there. I couldn't do too much about it. And again, we do manage to wreck a car. That's a bonus complete. But that is damaging us now. We are in first position, but we've got to be so careful not to do too much damage too early on in the race. It's lap number 5 already, so 7 to go. We still need to finish the race. So we're so careful of damage. But we're doing okay. That's the main thing. Left-hander, and then we'll race for the line to get back to the halfway point of the race. Trying to avoid any debris as much as possible. The van there didn't like us going past him, it seems, as he does hit us. And that's kind of set us into a spiral. We've now lost our wheel as well. The whole thing kind of sent us into a spiral there. A little bit of a touch from the car we was overtaking, hitting us some debris, hitting some passing cars. And it's really messes up as we're wrecked as well. And that's a did not finish out of 24 on the final. We do set a new lap record for B class and track record of 0.21.050. But it wasn't what I wanted. I wanted more. I wanted a first place. Final position 14, 1 of 2 bonus targets. 20 points out of 200. Now that isn't what I wanted. Next up, we're looking at Haunted Destruction, Dirt Devil Stadium, Dirt Speedway. Another multi-race as well, this one. And we're going to be using the Rammer RS. Now, Killer B has the track record of B class here of 33.764. The Rammer RS's best time here is a 39.550. We can definitely improve on that, surely. Because that 39 is poor. We can definitely improve on that. But yeah, Killer B's time, not sure. We are using the Rammer RS. It is A-rated, 279. So there's a chance we could see a track record here. But at least a better record for the Rammer RS at least. Off we go in 19th position. Top 12 qualify for the semi-finals. So qualification is really what we're after. Again, trying to stay out of trouble. We've got to minimise damage as much as possible here. 6 laps. These are again going to be very quick laps, judging by track records and things so far. There is no A record set currently, so whatever the Rammer RS's best time is in this race, that will be the new A Class record as well. Hopefully it's an improvement on his personal best, let's put it that way. But we're going to make the end of lap 1, and we're going to be in first position when we do so. Start of lap number 2. We've got out from the pack. Now the only difference between this is we hit the pool there. That's not good. That slows us down massively. The big difference between this, debris. No. Okay, that's not good. That's damage. Big difference between this and the oval. There is less space for the debris to be in your way, which means more likely to hit it. So we've got to try and minimise that as much as possible as we go over the hill and get all out of sorts. Flying off into the middle of the track. Have to reset. It's the only way of carrying on, because we won't make it out of that hole. And we're now back in third position now, coming towards the end of lap number 2 and the start of the halfway point, lap number 3. Third position still good. Top 12, remember, is all we need. We don't need any more than a top 12. So we don't really need to push it too far. Damage wise, we're okay. I'd rather have more health at this point, but we're okay. So far the damage has been done by silly mistakes from our side more than anything else. It's not debris and stuff like that, it's our fault. So we just need to make sure we make minimal mistakes now. We're going to take the quick left right here and avoid the cars that are damaged. Make it over the jumps okay. Now in second place, so if we ever took someone who had crashed or they were out potentially. That slows us down here in the debris. We are currently in second place of 24 as we start lap number 4. So far so good. Again, top 12. We don't need to push it. Top 12 is good enough at the end of the day, so we just need to keep going. And so far so good. We are now in first position. I kind of missed that. Over the jump. This isn't actually the way we should have gone there. We shouldn't have gone over that jump. We should have stayed left. But first place is taken back from us again now as we go back to chasing them down. We're going to begin the penultimate lap of the race as we try and spin out the car in first position. Doesn't quite work. Left-hander though. They're going to hit the barrier. We're not going to hit the barrier. We take first position back. Now we're just going to keep this clean and tidy now. There's lots of debris around. Lots of things to crash into if you're not being aware of things. So we really need to hold our own. Left-hander taken nicely. We're going to go low again. We haven't really done the high route most of the race, to be fair. Try to stay low. It has definitely made a difference, I think. We're going to finish the penultimate lap and start the final lap now in first position. Rama RS is flying. I don't quite know if we've set a new personal best or beat the Killer Bees time just yet, but we've definitely been flying. We've made some mistakes, but that's fine. As long as we qualify for the semis, that's the important part. Oh, another car. Didn't really want to hit him there. That's going to cost us some damage. We are still in first position though. Just couldn't. I kind of went for the gap and kind of regretted it. I should have stayed left, to be fair. But we've got one final corner to come after the jumps, and we should have this in the bag. I think we do. Left-hander. We're going to race to the line now, pedal to the floor. We're in first, and I think that's where we're going to stay. We do indeed. We finished the first qualifying race in first position with a brand new personal best time of 35.110. Nowhere near, well, 2 seconds away from Killer Bee's track record, to be fair, but pretty good going. We're going to start the semi-final in first position. Again, just same as last time, get ahead, stay ahead, set some new track records, job done, and qualify for the final. That's also the other thing. Top 12 needed to qualify. Can we do so? This is the big question. Over the jumps, taking them quite nicely, gaining a little bit of a gap on the cars behind already. Doesn't take much to gain a gap, I must say. We're going to stay low as we did in the last race as well, and that's working quite nicely for us there. But again, we've gone off track. We did this in the last race. It didn't matter in the end. We still finished first, but still, it's not good to have that. Do that. It's a lot of damage that now we've got to come back from. We're in 6th place as it stands. Left-hander trying to get round. Again, top 12 is all we need, but I could have done without that. So we did that in the first race, and it was just. It doesn't stand you in good stead. Yes, we still won, but it can cause massive issues as we can't quite get out of the way of the debris that's kind of appearing in front of us there. We do get a bonus point for that one, I think, or one of the bonuses done, or something towards it at the very least. We are currently 5th position as well as we're chasing down 4th on the second lap of 6. And again, more debris. Didn't see it until last minute. No, not again. No. Okay, we're down the hole again. All we can do is reset. I don't like resetting. We're very low on health now. We are in 7th position, so we're still in qualifying range. 7th position of 21. There's 3 cars less than normal, strangely. But we're about to start the halfway point. Lap number 3. We just need to stay out of trouble as we hit the barrier there. Don't lose any health, luckily. But we just need to stay out of trouble. We can still finish a race and qualify for the final. We don't have to be in first. That's the thing. We're going for the inside. Car on the outside there. Just be careful of him. Little touch. More damage to us. That's not what we need. And more damage. We're so low health. We're like 1 hit away now from being knocked out. And I really don't want to be knocked out. Car ahead of us. And we couldn't avoid the back end of it. And that is us wrecked. Did not finish out of 21. A lap time of 45.241, which is horrendous, really. So out of all that, we get no points because we did not finish in the semi-final. We don't make the final, so no points for us. It's not good. So we're going to finish on, hopefully, a better note. Civil War, Madman Stadium, Demolition Arena. This is a demolition race. Dominator, obviously, he's been armoured up, so it's C Class 157. Let's see if the Dominator can finish off today's episode with a decent finishing position. Let's find out. So close to a win there. Just didn't have enough health. The other car must have had slightly more health than we did. So close. 2nd of 24. We wrecked 5 as well in that and then stayed out of trouble at the same time. I think that's a decent finish, to be fair. It's a shame we couldn't finish first, but there we go. We finished position number 2, bonus 1 of 2, 180 out of 200 points, which gives us an episode total points of 200 out of 3,600 needed to win the championship. a poor episode in terms of finishes, I think. Too many did not finishes, but we are now in the World Masters. Things are going to ramp up and get more difficult. But that is us for today. Thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, a like does really help as well. And we'll see you next time as we continue on the World Masters in Wreckfest.